Panama City. She has three young children, and her husband. I got to meet him as well. They have multiple things going on, so they're as busy as they can be. I see her when she's on the IPA, and she's on there every day. Okay, but she's always driving somewhere. I mean, she's always on the go somewhere during that time. So we so much appreciate her and the knowledge that she's going to throw out there to us. So, Valli, thank you for joining us, and thank you for sharing what you know.
And I've been watching Valli. She's just grown so much, and in the business, she is a superstar. And we appreciate you being here so much, Valli. Thanks for
Thank you for having me. I feel honored to be able to speak on here today. Gosh, I have learned a lot today. I have my kids with me today, so I've been coming in and out, but my goodness, I feel like I have definitely learned a lot on here. But today I want to talk about my little niche I love training on is TikTok. So I wanted to talk some on TikTok and then about the 2.5-week conversion that I love to do. I'm going to kind of make my slideshow. It's a bit full thing is probably like 40 minutes. So I'm going to do a really small version of it and just kind of simplify it. But we run our system on Facebook. So we are constantly doing, the SAG, running that on Facebook 9 and 3 every day with your engagement in between. But I love TikTok because it is such a big platform. You can meet people all over the world. So like my people that are in Dubai and Canada, those people are literally from that platform. Never in a million years would I never thought I'd be talking to someone across the world. But because of this awesome app, we're able to do that. TikTok's a little tricky. So the first thing I want to talk about is the algorithm. It's a little bit different than Facebook. So with the TikTok algorithm, the biggest thing TikTok looks at is engagement. Like that is the number one thing on TikTok is you have to engage really more than you're posting. So for your engagement, when you're on the app, you want to engage from the bottom up. So you're going to be reposting that, saving it, commenting, liking, and that's the number one thing TikTok looks at. If they see you are engaging from the bottom up on everybody's post, they're going to see your profile like, hey, this person's an engager. We're going to start pushing her content out there. And if you spend, and it really goes back to the relationships. If you spend more time engaging and working with other people, that platform seriously takes your content and it just pushes its way above everybody else's content. And then as far as your videos, you want to keep it short, sweet, and to the point. So with our videos, typically, 7 seconds is the minimum. About 7 to 60 seconds is how you want to do your videos. Usually after 60 seconds, we start losing people's attention. So everything is short, sweet, to the point. And you've got to be consistent, just like with the system of growth that we follow. Consistency is key here. If you're not consistent on your social media, why are people going to want to buy from you? If you're posting, every day for the next month, and then you take 2 months off and then you randomly start posting again, someone that's watching your page, they're going to be like, this person isn't consistent. They're just coming here and there, and they're more than likely not going to buy from you if you're not consistent. And then another thing that really helps with your content is hashtags. So we do this on Facebook as well. 3 to 5 hashtags that are just really relevant to whatever you're posting. So typically, like if you go look at my TikTok page, I'll do a hashtag on all of my videos. Typically like body balancing drops, slender eyes drops, skinny drops, hormone balance, lower cortisol levels, anything that you want someone like how you want someone to find your video is the hashtags that you need to be posting. And I'm telling you, they work so well. But when you're incorporating all of this between the hashtags, the consistency, doing the engagement, so engaging from the bottom up on people, TikTok is going to start taking your content and they're going to be throwing it out to the For You page. And that is the whole goal for your videos. You want to show up on people's For You page. I cannot tell y'all the amount of people that I have sold drops to that have messaged me and they have told me, hey, you showed up on my For You page. What are these drops you're talking about? But I spend a lot of time engaging, staying consistent, and all that jazz. Another thing on your video is a call to action. So I love this because whenever you're doing your videos, if you don't have that call to action and really that engagement, it's not going to stop someone's attention. So whenever you're sitting there and you're making a videos, those first probably like 3 to 5 seconds are the most important part of the video. So I typically like in there just something super engaging. Hormones or whatever you want to do. But you always want to add in kind of like visuals in there, and like how we do in the Zoom chat. Drop a comment in the comments if you're feeling like this, or watch until the end. Drop a heart if you have hormone issues, because you're trying to really get people to engage. People thing with social media, you have to tell people what to do. They're just not going to get on there and do it. Like, you've got to be straightforward and to the point. Like, drop a heart if you have some crazy hormone issues, and those people are going to drop a heart, and then you can go message them or they'll message you. So the engagement is really good. Another thing I love is lives. I actually just did a live with Ashley Rowland and Stephanie Wilson on Facebook, but I do lives all the time on TikTok, and the lives are a little bit different. You have to make sure your account, I believe you have to have 1,000 followers on there to be able to do a live. You have to be 18 years old. So you want to make sure your TikTok is like approved to do a live. I think Facebook is the same way. But when you're getting on there and doing lives, just like our Facebook platform, that is constantly throwing, your content in front of new people. And that is the whole point here. Like, we are always like, we want our drops in the hands of millions. So we want to get on there and do the lives, do the engagement, so that our videos are constantly being put in front of new people. So on the lives, I typically like to do like a Q&A. So for example, if I was going to do a live and I was going to interview Sarah, I text her before and I'm like, hey, Sarah, I'm going to do a live at 6 o'clock today. I want to talk about testimonials, business and money, and then also talk about Hashimoto's. Like, I like to have a plan of exactly what I'm going to talk about. I've done it different ways. I've got on a live and just kind of rambled on and talked whatever came to my mind. They don't seem to be as successful, but when I plan out my entire live, keep it, like Sarah said, keep it very organized, it makes a big difference. And I seem to get a lot more engagement on there and people asking more questions. So, with the lives, I really like bringing in that third party. We talk about this, and I stress this so much to everybody. Third party validation is an absolute game changer, because my Facebook and my TikTok, everybody knows me. They know I'm running the system. They know I'm constantly posting. So if I get on there and do a live, they're like, oh, Valli's just doing another live. She's talking about her usual whatever. But when they saw, Ashley Rowland and Stephanie Wilson were on, they don't know those people. So I saw a lot of new people on there that were watching those videos, but it's because you have that third party in there. Like, more people are interested if they have someone they don't know in there. So that's one thing I stress a lot, is on the lives, you can do it by yourself, but bringing in that third party in there to just kind of chat and go back and forth, really kind of like an interview, it makes a very big difference. And then you can also go into TikTok live chat rooms, and I love these really for engagement. So if you're on your like For You page, at the top, there's a little section that says live, and you can start scrolling, and there is thousands of people that are constantly live on TikTok. You'll eventually find some people that you really like connect with, and they're like, those are the people I always watch their lives and engage on. But you can actually go into those chat rooms, and people are literally in those chat rooms to build engagement, to help gain followers, to help engage. So you can go on there and comment, looking for engagement besties. I kid you not, you'll have 60 new people that follow your page, and they're not just following you, they are truly engaging on your social media. So I've had people just by me going into a TikTok chat room, and I'm sitting there engaging with everybody. Like, I'm following people I think I would like. I'm engaging with their content. They're following me back. They're engaging all my stuff, and they'll message me. I don't know this person from Adam. And they're like, hey, I just went to go follow you for engagement, and I see these drops. Tell me about the drops. And I'm like, thank you. I would love to tell you about the drops. So that's a really good way to help up your followers in engagement, is by jumping into those chat rooms. And I just really said, this entire business, like everything we do, is truly around building relationships. Like, if you really sit back and think about it, Literally everything is building relationships. We are trying to help people feel better, but that's not just by selling them a box of drops or just by posting a video on TikTok. Like if I see that person messages me, I'm communicating with them. What are your goals? What are you struggling with? What hormone issues? Like I really get very personal with these people when I'm communicating to just build that relationship and trust. Because if you don't have, especially on social media, because people are so just stand off. They already have a red flag up. So if you just really kind of get down with them and build that relationship with them and that trust, they're going to be way more open to buying a box of drops from you on TikTok versus you just sending script one to them and that's the only thing you send. Um, I kind of talked a little bit about growing your account, about going into the chat rooms. You want to really optimize your profile. And by this, you want to have like your profile picture should be the same across all platforms. So like my Facebook, my Instagram, and my TikTok is the same profile picture. So when someone comes to whatever platform it is, they know it's me. They know what I do. And then in your bio, you need to have a very clear call to action in your bio. People should be able to look at your bio and your profile picture and know exactly who you are, what you do, and how you're going to help them. And if they cannot do that, then you need to fix your bio. If you don't know how to do it, go to ChatGPT and ChatGPT will make your bio for you. But the call to action on all platforms is just really important because if someone is even on Facebook, if when you're doing the hashtags, your content's just going to show up in front of random people. And if they see that you're, selling drops that help with health and wellness, hormone balance, and they look at your profile and can read exactly what you do, it just kind of ties everything in together and just makes it like that person feels comfortable. Like this person's going to sell drops and they're going to help me balance my hormones. Versus if your bio was just mom of 3, whatever, they don't know I sell drops and they're not gonna know I'm gonna be able to help them with their problems. Does that make sense? Y'all please put in the chat if y'all have any questions or I'm not being clear on anything. Let's see. So boosting engagement on TikTok, you can collaborate with kind of like micro influencers. I like doing people typically that have like, a smaller influencer, like 5K to 20K. You can reach out to them and ask to collaborate with them because they do have some more followers than you. It doesn't always happen, but sometimes they'll even go and post your drop information on their stories or whatever. So that's just kind of like the networking part of it on TikTok. And if you're on there growing, you're, really engaging with people and these other influencers, if you build a relationship with that person, they're going to feel comfortable by sharing that content on their page. So your page might have 1,000 followers, but if someone that has 20,000 followers shares that content, that can reach an entire new audience. So collaborating with influencers is really well, but that's also why I love the lives, because if I'm live on TikTok with Sarah, I have all of my people's watching, plus all of Sarah's people's watching. So today, like when I did the live on Facebook, bringing in that third party, those people are not only hearing me talk, but they're also hearing 2 other people talk. But now we have 3 Facebook profiles combined into one. So that's 3 times the people seeing this live. Like you never know who's going to watch your video. Let's see. You can also use your analytics to track everything. I'm very, very big on analytics. Like I love watching my Facebook analytics and as well as TikTok because you can figure out, like nail down to a T, what is my person wanting to view? How long are they watching my video? So if you really, if your Facebook is in the professional mode, you'll be able to look at like the insights, the growth, all of your analytics. TikTok is the same way, but I love this because if you're making videos and you're not getting, the results you want, if you don't have people engaging with you or purchasing from you, go to those analytics and see, like, is someone only watching your videos for 2 seconds or are they watching it for the full 60 seconds? Because if they're watching it for the full 60 seconds, then your content is good and people are actually staying there. So you have a good call to action so people are staying through the whole video. So if you're wanting to really focus on growing your account, growing your content, and being able to like transfer people over to customers and brand partners, really focus in on your analytics on not only TikTok, but your Facebook as well, because it gives you a lot of just free information that's going to help you with your content. And really, we're all here is pretty much content creators. We're all here doing the system of growth. We're all making videos. We're all doing lives. And that's not, I feel like when we come here, we don't think we're content creators, but as we start doing this, we are content creators. So we need to look at the insights that Facebook and TikTok gives us to be able to grow our account more. But on TikTok, I follow the system to a T, but it's a little bit different on TikTok. So typically on this platform, because it's people all over the world, everybody's on there at kind of like different times. So I might be talking here right now that's, 4:30, and it could be 3 o'clock in the morning for someone else. So I love getting all of my information as one. So whenever you're going to start, let me backtrack a little bit. You're going to start posting your videos. People are really going to start engaging. They're going to constantly see all of your messages. They're going to be asking you, can I get some information? Blah, 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 blah. So what you want to do, some people's TikTok is private and some is public. So if their TikTok is private, you won't be able to go sit there and message them. So if someone comments on my video, can I get information? I immediately go to their page, and if their TikTok is public, then I'm going to send script 1. If their TikTok is not public, I'll respond to them, and you always respond to every comment, just like Facebook. I'm like, hey girl, thanks for the comment. If you'll please give me a follow back so I can get you some information on the drops. That person gives you a follow back. So you gained 1 new follower, you got some new engagement, and then you're able to send script 1. So I send script 1. And then I typically send script 2. But then I'm really focusing on, like, I'm asking them information. What are your goals? TikTok I've noticed with this platform, people are very, very standoff. Like this, I think there's just so many scams. So with TikTok, people just automatically have a red flag up. So I get very personable of asking them, what are your goals? How much weight do you want to lose? What hormone issues are you dealing with? I can even jump on a call with you. But with the scripts, follow it to a T, just like the system of growth. I copy and paste script 1, copy and paste script 2. But with script 2, Sarah, I don't know if you still have this, the one I sent to you a while ago. I copy and paste script 2, and it says I added 1 sentence at the bottom. And the reason I did this is because on TikTok, people aren't on there every single day. So if you sell someone a box of drops, you can literally be playing back and forth for a week with this person, trying to gather, their Venmo, their shipping address, all that jazz. And it could be a week or 2 later before you finally get that information. So when I send script 2, what I added, I say I buy them in bulk so I can get them for $160 plus $8 shipping to people. They retail over $200 after shipping online. I accept Venmo or PayPal for the $160 plus $8 shipping. Just let me know if you want to reserve a box before they go fast. This is the sentence I added. All I need is your first and last name, email, phone, and your address. I'll attach my Venmo, and as soon as I receive it, I'll get it shipped ASAP. So as soon as that person, when I send that script, I automatically have that person's first and last name, their cell phone number, their email address, and their shipping address. So then I'll go over to their cell phone, my cell phone. I send them a text. Hey girl, it's Valli from TikTok. Here's my Venmo. They send me money, and I have all of their information right there versus, I don't know why I keep doing that, versus having to sit there and play, kind of phone tag with them over the next week, gathering the information. So that has been really, really helpful, adding that information. I've even noticed it on Facebook. So I use with script 2, that sentence I added at the end, that is what I send to everybody, because I do not want to sit there and hunt you down to figure out what your dang shipping address is. Like, I need it right then and there so you can pay me and I get your boxes shipped out to you. So I think that has been like the most helpful thing I added to my scripts, is that last sentence. But it all goes back to, even with TikTok, you follow the system. That I cannot stress that enough. Follow the system to a T. Post 1 to 3 times a day. 1 to 2 times a day. Using the scripts, do not add anything. Do not delete anything. Copy and paste, except obviously for script 2, I added that. And then just with your content on there, the biggest thing I've noticed on TikTok, people are always they don't care to get on TikTok and watch you read the back of a bottle. Like, people are on TikTok for entertainment. They're sitting there constantly scrolling. They want to laugh. They want to learn something. So if you're sitting on there and you come up on their For You page and you're just holding, the drop bottle and reading, they are not going to sit there and stop. Like, I try to get very personable. So in my videos, I just pretend I'm on, and I tell everybody this, pretend you're on FaceTime. Literally prop your phone up and pretend you're talking to FaceTime on someone, and just talk about how the drops have helped you, and just go like, I've made videos. I have a lot of different videos on mine. Some of mine, I'm just repeating the same thing, but it's a new video. But because of my videos and the consistency, I still make money to this day from a video I made 2 years ago on TikTok. Like, that is crazy. But I'm very big on just people want to, feel personable with someone. Like, you have to build that relationship, and getting vulnerable with people. And like, I used to be so embarrassed and ashamed of telling people I had postpartum depression. Like, I would not dare tell anybody that. I was just, I thought like the worst of myself, and I never wanted to share that with anybody. And then when I came into this company and I started realizing like, people are sharing their testimonials. And when I started, kind of sharing that with people, oh my gosh, it gives me chills talking about it. The amount of women that have came forward to me and told me, oh my gosh, I am dealing with postpartum depression. Like, what I'm going through. And I'm like, girl, you have no idea. Like, I'm telling you, I had the worst postpartum depression, but because I got out of my comfort zone and I decided to share my testimony, and I got real with people, and I told them, I dealt with the postpartum depression. I had those horrible feelings. I was at a point like I honestly didn't want to live. And that's how I felt. And people need to realize like that is normal. Like, so many moms go through this and they don't think it's normal. They're ashamed of it. But when I can get on there and I can talk about, I say all this on my videos on TikTok, that is what sells. You being real with yourself and explaining to people how the drops have worked for you, the weight you lost, the off the scale wins that you've had. That is what's going to sell your videos on TikTok, and that's how you're going to sell your drops on there. But with, kind of a little takeaway from TikTok, you're going to be posting consistency, be authentic with people, and really leveraging trends. So whenever you making your videos, you can add trending audio in there. There's literally a section on TikTok that says trending audio. You can add that onto your video, and that helps with your engagement because it's a trending sound and all these people are using it. TikTok's gonna, push your content out there, and that's really gonna help. But consistency is key. I still follow the system to a T on TikTok, but TikTok is more, as we know, videos. So you just have to step out of your comfort zone. If you want to make money and you want to grow your business, you have to step out of your comfort zone. I say this all the time. People are so scared to get on TikTok and to go live or to post that video explaining like how the drops have helped them. And I'm like, if you really want to grow here, you've got to step out of your comfort zone. And I promise you, if you do, your business is going to thank you for it. But it makes my heart so happy knowing, because of me sharing my testimonial, I just helped that mom going through postpartum depression feel normal again. Like, there is no better feeling than that. So enough about TikTok. The other thing I don't know why it keeps going blurry, y'all. The other thing I wanted to talk about is my 2.5 week conversion. I am very, very big on this with my team. So conversion, we're all running the system. You're going to sell a box of drops, and the goal is to get them converted over to a brand partner. I have done it at like 4 weeks. The best time we have the conversions is at 2.5 weeks. So as soon as a customer, we're going to sell them a box of drops. And as soon as that customer is at 2.5 weeks, you're going to put so let me back up. You're going to start a group chat with your customer, your top leader, and yourself. And that's going to be your group chat at the 2.5 week mark. And that is crucial. If you wait past 2.5 weeks, they typically they just don't convert. I don't know what it is. They just don't seem to convert if it's past like that time. 2.5 weeks, they are loving the drops. They're excited about it. So they're more willing to convert then. So when they're at 2.5 week mark, you're going to put your customer, you and yourself in a group chat. All you do, we're all tied to a big leader. So for example, I'll put Ashley Rowland in a chat with me, or I'll put her on a Zoom call with me. So you want to, in this group chat, this is very, very simple. You want to introduce your customer, and you want to tell how long they've been on the drops and your relationship with the person. So typically a group chat, let's say between me, Sarah, and Allison is Sarah's customer. I'm going to say, hey, Allison, this is my friend Valli. She's very knowledgeable about the drops. And then you can say, I'll say like, Sarah, this is Allison. She's been on her drops for about 2.5 weeks. She's loving them, blah, blah, blah. And then that leader takes it over from there. And that's the whole like third party validation. You want to have someone that is very knowledgeable about the drops in the business that can do it theirself. And at some point, we're all going to be there at some point, but until then, we want to make sure we have that leader doing it. So when we do that group chat, you're going to introduce them, and then that leader pretty much takes it over from there. So for me, like when my brand partners bring in their customers in the group chat, we are going to, they introduce me, and then I'm going to come in. I'm like, hey there, that is awesome. I'm so happy you're having results. When is a good day and time we can do a Zoom call? And I take everything over from there. Like all my brand partner does is introduce me. I'm going to take it over. We set up the Zoom call. I typically try to do it between 24 and like 48 hours for that Zoom call, because I don't want them making excuses and not showing up. So we're going to get them on the call. We get on the Zoom call, and I really focus on that Zoom call, building that relationship. I'm asking, who the person is. Are they married? Do they have kids? What job do they work? And when you tend to start asking those questions, typically they're going to start telling you things they like and things they don't like. And that's kind of like a gateway leading into this business. So I'm working on building that relationship in that Zoom call. And my brand partner is there on me, but because I'm the leader, I'm handling all this for them. So, but it just brings in that third party validation. So where I'm asking them all of this stuff, about them, who they are, blah, blah, blah. And then I start asking them their goals. I'm asking like, what are your goals with the drops? How much weight do you want to lose? And if they've been typically at that time, they've been on the drops 2.5 weeks. So then I'm asking them about their results, and I want to know the results they're having. If they're having any issues, we are getting those issues worked out. And then I just go into my presentation. I talk about, I have a whole presentation with testimonials on there, like we all have, talking about testimonials, the drops, what they do. And then I go into the business side. Before I hang up that phone, that person is either one, signing up as a brand partner with 100 PV auto ship, and they're either buying a 4-pack, 10-pack, or a 30-pack. If they're not going to do that, I'm signing them up as a preferred customer with 100 PV auto ship. Because we're never selling a box of drops more than once to a person. So they're either going to be a brand partner or they're going to be a preferred customer. If they don't want to do that, okay, then I guess buy them at 160 retail. Like those are your options. I just lay them out, and 9 out of 10 times that person is signing up as a brand partner with their auto ship. It tends to work really well, that 2.5 week conversion, just because they're all excited at the time, and they're really excited about the drops and the results they're having. It seems like it works like a charm every single time. This is what me and my team do, and it is the best conversion ever. That's really all I have on TikTok and my conversion.
Oh, wow. That was really good, though. It was. Man, I couldn't even keep up. It was so much. It really was. So that's awesome.
Yeah, that was absolutely phenomenal. Thank you so
They
much,
keep
Valli.
asking, and they're asking, I think, if she can do a training on that sometime, maybe on a Saturday or whatever, Sarah.
Yeah, just have a
Does she?
TikTok training. We'll have to do that, Valli. I'll text you and we'll get something together, guys.
Yeah, I have my PowerPoint I was reading over here, but I feel like it was going to be really overwhelming if I put this on screen for y'all. So that's why I was just trying to like read through, because it's a lot on here. I was kind of make it like a little smaller. Yeah, we could definitely do just like a TikTok training, or like the 2.5 week conversion training, whatever. But I just want to just the conversion, y'all, that 2.5 week is a game changer. I originally started out at the 4 weeks. Just me personally and my team, this is what works best for us. 9 out of 10 times when they're at 2.5 weeks, that person's getting converted over, and it works like a charm. So if you're struggling with conversions, I really recommend doing it at the 2.5 week mark and bringing in a leader. If you're not tied to a strong leader, go find one. Like everybody needs a strong leader. Find you a Jerry and Allison or a Todd and Ashley. Like find someone you can lean on. Because we're still, I mean, there's so many of us that are babies here. Like we're still growing our business. And like Ashley always says, is your business is literally like a newborn baby and you're having to grow it. And it just takes time. And eventually one day you're going to be at the point you're going to be able to do the drop talks and do the Zooms. But until then, bring in that leader that can, because some people on these Zooms, they come in and they're asking questions. And I'm thinking, I'm so glad this person's on here because I don't know how to answer that question. So it's third party is, I'm telling you, game changer for growing your business. I cannot stress that enough.
Yes, exactly. And with that, guys, like I said, I will get that scheduled. Valli, we're gonna set a date, man. We're gonna have a TikTok training for sure.
It's a great platform.
Yes. Well, thank you so much, Valli, for taking the time and for training us on TikTok. We have a lot to learn. I'm gonna have to go back and watch the recording and take a lot of notes.
Thank you all for having me.